This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back in the car again. What's the date today? Well, today's a Sunday. I don't even know what the dates are half the time. I'm so lost on dates and days since being retired. I have no idea. Yep, end of June. That's all I know. Towards the end of June. That's all I know. So where am I headed? Well, let's see. It's a Sunday that I'm driving here. It's 8:13 in the morning. I'm headed off to church. Hey, where's Mrs. Wright? Yeah, she's driving herself. I am playing electric bass for the middle school and high school kids today. And when that happens, we have to drive separately because I'm there all day long. Yeah, it's early in the morning, but I attend our 9 o'clock services. Mrs. Wright is helping with the little kids, 2 and 3-year-old kids. She does some daycare for the church on occasion. She usually does it when I'm playing music. And the reason is because if I'm playing on the adult services, then I have to be there for 2 services. So during the first service, she serves by taking care of the little kids, and then she comes in for the second service to watch me play, and then we head home. So now you might be wondering, well, doesn't she get any church then? Well, she watches it on YouTube then. Always is a long day for everybody, yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. Our full services are both Zoomed and YouTube lived, as well as permanently up on YouTube. So she always has that opportunity to see the whole service. It's just that you're not in the service then, you know. But, you know, for the middle school kids and the high school kids service, so here's what I typically do on those days. On Sundays, usually I'm playing, for adult services, I'm playing 9 o'clock service and 11 o'clock service. And there's talk that maybe by August, we might be adding a 3rd service. Yeah, I think they're going to change the timing then. It might be something like, I don't know. I think it may push the 9 o'clock service earlier and then kind of shift the other 2 services in between. I have no idea what they're going to do. But for the middle school and high school kids, we have a worship team practice at 10:05 a.m. So basically right after 9 o'clock service is over, we rush over to the smaller chapel so that we can practice for the middle school and high schoolers. They use the chapel. We use the big gymnasium. It's a converted gym, essentially. It's been turned into our church building. But anyway, so that's like 10:05, and then the kids do their service at about 11 a.m. until 12-ish, something like that. Then the high schoolers take over at 12:15 to like 1:30. So I don't stay for the entire high school thing. Once we play and we're done, I leave because it's a long day by that time. But they do give us pizza. Yeah, high schoolers come in, they get pizza at 12:15. Service starts at 12:30. So I asked, why do they give the kids pizza? Nobody else gets pizza. Sometimes you got to give kids pizza because they're just waking up. They're just waking up and coming to church. So they get pizza. That's their lunch, and then they have church service. So there you go. So I'm driving to church at this point. I've got a good 18 minutes or so to get there, according to my GPS unit. So yeah, I haven't been to church in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I came back from the cruise last Saturday, so I could have gone on Sunday, but I decided to self-isolate for about a week-ish, 5 days or so. I went to Bible study on that Thursday. I made a video for you guys for that. So I basically isolated myself from that Saturday through that Thursday. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm back. And of course, I missed Sunday service because of that. And then, of course, I missed the previous Sunday service because I was on the cruise, right? And then we had something else to do the previous Sunday, so I haven't been to church service in 3 weeks. which is a rarity for me. That doesn't happen that often. So it'll be interesting to get back there. I always wonder who's sitting in my seat. Do you guys have seats? Okay, none of the seats are reserved, but I always sit in the same spot. And the reason I'm always able to get the same spot is because I'm usually there early. Yeah, I don't go there late. Because, if you're playing on worship team, then you're never late. You're there way earlier because you're practicing beforehand. But other than that, even on regular Sundays, I'm usually there at least 15 minutes before service starts. Now, this is a little thing that we've always wondered about. Why are people always late for church? If it was during your workplace thing, you wouldn't be late, right? Why are you late for church? I always wonder that. So the worship team will start playing first, usually for the adult services. We start playing first, and then people start slowly filtering in. By the time we're almost done, people are in. So they miss all of our music. Well, not everybody misses it. There are people who are there, of course, but there's a lot of people who are kind of late all the time. It drives the worship team mad. It's like we put all this effort in, and they don't come in and listen to our music and sing along as well, too. Well, it should be something that they should just say, hey, look, we're going to church. We're going to be there on time. It's just like if you go to work, we're going to be there on time. If you were late to work all the time, what would happen there, right? But I guess sometimes people don't take it as seriously as they should. So I'm usually on time for almost everything, or early. If I'm late, I feel really bad on anything that I do. I always feel really bad if I'm late. I don't like to be late. Mrs. Wright hates it when I'm always so early too, though. That's the thing. She goes, well, we'll be the first guys there. I go, okay, well, so there you go. She doesn't like to be the first person there. Here's the thing, okay? Here's what I've noticed, and I noticed this quite a bit about me on the trip that I just took, the cruise that I took. Without a doubt, I would say, most people would say you're an extrovert. Yeah, I talk to everybody. Yeah, I'll go out of my way to talk to people. Not everybody does that. There's a lot of introverted people. And so I kind of thought about that, and I go, if you're an introvert, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, there are good things, but there are bad things too. The good thing is that it's almost like don't talk to strangers, right? Weren't you always taught don't talk to strangers? If you're an extrovert, you tend to talk to strangers. Yeah, at least I do. I'll strike up a conversation with anyone. I do it at Costco. I do it on a cruise ship. Do it at church. Yeah, I'll talk to anybody. An extrovert will do that, but an introvert, yeah, they won't. They'll kind of stay to themselves. Let's pull the plug on that. And the bad part I see about that is that it doesn't really get you ahead in life sometimes, because if you kind of hover to yourself and don't talk to people, people kind of tend to think, well, he's not as friendly, he's not as approachable, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't see how you can get ahead in life, especially in the business world, if you kind of keep to yourself. For me, I am bored out of my mind if I keep to myself. I've got to talk to somebody. It's probably one of the reasons why we have this More from Russ channel. It gives me someone to talk to while I'm even driving. Get a load of that. Yeah, it does. If you're retired, see, I threw in the word retired. If you're retired and you keep to yourself, then really you have no one to talk to. Really, if you think about it, when you were at work, you had a lot of people to talk to, you had a lot of people to interact with. When you're retired, you don't. Sorry guys who are getting ready to be retired or just recently retired. I know a couple of you guys are. If you keep to yourself, I don't know, maybe you like to keep to yourself, I don't know. But if you keep to yourself, it becomes rather boring after time. Yeah, you have to kind of get out there. Now, let me give you an example. My parents, after we all got married and moved out, they ended up moving to Florida. Yeah, they lived in Lehigh Acres, Florida. For those of you who are Floridians, you know where that is. It's near Fort Myers, okay? So they moved to a place out there. they also joined the senior center out there. You know, the thing is, there's a lot of retired people in Florida. There is, no doubt. You go down the street, they're all retired people. Okay. So they said, well, what are we going to do? I mean, my mom speaks Chinese, but she speaks English as well. And my dad speaks English and Chinese, but mostly English is his preferred speaking, but he speaks Chinese to my mom. Well, they both have passed away, okay? But they joined the senior center, and I thought that was kind of strange. You go, senior center? I mean, for me, as a younger person at the time, I was in my 30s when they moved down there. I said, senior center, what do they do? I mean, my dad, oh, you know, we do woodworking, and my mom goes, oh, we do knitting, and we talk, and we have lunch, and I go, isn't that boring? You know? But if you think about it, had they not joined the senior center, what would they do? I mean, they're new in the neighborhood, right? They just moved down there. They're new in the neighborhood. They're by themselves, although some of their friends had moved down to Lehigh Acres as well. Two of the families that my mom knew, they were friends since they were high school friends, moved down there as well. So they always had that, but you don't see them that often, right? So on a daily basis, what do you do? And when my dad passed away, my mom continued to go to the senior center. And really, the senior center and the people at the senior center were the people that kept her company and gave her something to do. I mean, I appreciate them for that. If it wasn't for that, my mom would probably be bored out of her mind. I don't know if she would end up moving back to Chicago or not, you know. But they were her social connection, so to speak. She went to church as well, right? So between the church and also the senior center, kept her busy. Yeah. So I kind of always feel like you have to be connected to people somehow. And if you're an extrovert, you tend to do that. If you're an introvert, you tend not to do that. And I think that would make it boring. So for you retired people, see, I threw the word retire in there again. Get out there and do stuff. Yeah, do stuff with other people. I mean, for me, I'm kind of at that point because Mrs. Wright is not retired yet. She's still working. So she's never home, right? I have no one to talk to. I have no one to do things with. And when she gets home, she's tired out. She doesn't want to really talk or listen to me talk. So really, if I didn't go out and do things, either, you know, go to Costco or go do whatever I do, I would be pretty bored. Yeah, you've got to find a social outlet somewhere, and if you're extroverted, it tends to make it easier, right? You just got to be not afraid to talk to people. Not be afraid to talk to people. Not be afraid to go up and introduce yourself. Really, and people are pretty friendly. You know, all right. You got to be careful who you talk to. Let me say that. You don't want to talk to some person that you can kind of tell this guy's going to be kind of weird. You know, you're not going to want to talk to that guy. But I'm just saying, you've got to be able to do some social things to keep moving as a retired person. See, I said it again. Got to keep yourself active and doing things. Yeah. Now on the cruise ship, it's interesting because I said I won't deny that the vast majority of people that I spoke to on the cruise ship were black. Yeah, they're very open. They're very open to talk. I just go up to them, introduce myself, and say, "Hi, I'm Russ. Well, you know, how's your trip going? Whatever." Yeah. Very friendly people, and so I made a lot of friends on the cruise ship, and I would say maybe 80% of the people I talked to were black. That's true. Yeah. I think I said to them, I think the high school reunion group kind of adopted me. You got all these black guys and then Chinese guy. It's pretty funny. Yeah, you gotta have a sense of humor. You know, the thing is, if you have a sense of humor, people can tell. And we had a lot of fun talking. Yeah. So, anyways, that's my encouraging advice to you as a retired person. See, I threw it in there again. Yeah, get out there and talk to people. All right, anyways, I've got maybe another 5 minutes and I'll be at church, something like that. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Let me know your thoughts on being an extrovert or an introvert. Tell me which one you are, okay, and whether you plan to change. Maybe you're an extrovert trying to be an introvert. I don't know. Let me know. Tell me what you are and what you do. Are you able to talk to other people? Can you make the effort to do so? You know, what do you do during the retirement phase of your life? Let's see, I threw it in there again. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time.